Welcome to Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Pierson-Mills. We're going to be covering the greater areas of Las Vegas all the way to Pahrump and Mesquite, talking about trends, events, sports, and more. I'm super excited to welcome all of our guests this year and have a great time, which is everything Unlocking Las Vegas. And welcome back to Unlocking Las Vegas. This week's episode, you have me, your host, Erin Pierson-Mills, the Redhead Realtor Las Vegas, and our very, very special guest. This is a big deal, you guys. Erin Taylor, the real estate guy. Yes, we have Mr. Taylor on. I always say I am the prettier Erin. So Erin Taylor is actually my business partner with EXP, and do you know it's our anniversary this month?
It is what's our anniversary
It's
of us being together?
5-year anniversary.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think you should buy me something.
I should, like a new purse or something.
Okay, so Erin Taylor, what we're going to talk about is branding, because if you live in the greater Las Vegas area, you know his jingle. His branding is so on point. Can we hear your jingle?
If you need to sell your house,
Oh, there it is.
Is
that on cue?
Yeah.
Talk to Erin Taylor. You want to
Sell it fast and get the most cash. Talk to Erin Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Talk to Erin Taylor.
It's
Call,
seriously,
please, and move.
Talk to Erin Taylor.
everybody knows this. You've heard it on the radio. You hear it on television commercials. I mean, like, what do? You're in a coffee shop and your ringtone.
Yeah, as a real estate guy.
And I mean, people are like, that's Erin Taylor. You're like a little celebrity, right?
Well,
You're
yeah,
like
in
a little
the real estate
celebrity.
world for sure. You go to Golden Knights games or any function, and people know who I am because not just the jingle. We do a lot of TV too. But I'll tell you, you want a hint on how to brand? What number one thing is?
Yes.
Spend money.
You have to make money to spend money.
But you got to start off with some kind of a budget. You got to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like when I started calling myself the real estate guy, it was because I was on a basketball league always in my whole life. And when I come in the gym, everybody goes, hey, there's the real estate guy.
I love that.
Because everybody in that gym, I went up and shook my hand and said, my name's Erin Taylor, I sell real estate. So in the sports world, they started going, oh, it's the real estate guy, right?
So good.
And then I just started, put it on my email address. I started answering my phone, the real estate guy.
He's the OG of branding. The OG of branding.
You got to be consistent. You know that movie Founder with McDonald's Ray Kroc? Have you ever seen it? It's an excellent movie.
No, but I will.
But he'll tell you. I mean, this guy didn't start McDonald's until he was in his 50s, believe it or not. He was a milkshake salesperson. But the number one thing he says is persistence. You got to be persistent and consistent. And that's the start of your brand right there.
Okay, and here's the thing. So as we kind of go from old school, because how many years have you been in real estate now?
So I've been in real estate for 29 years.
Okay, so when you started, there was no social media. There was none of this. Nothing. You're on a podcast. You're on YouTube. None of this. So you had to spend the money in advertising, radio, TV, and that's where you really got a solid foundation.
Yeah, I was always pretty good about just building my sphere of influence and really creating Erin Taylor fans. So that was making phone calls, letting people know what my value is to them.
And it rolls off the tongue too. Erin Taylor, the real estate guy. It's like, you're a real estate guy. So when I met Erin Taylor, and I have to say it was all about marketing and branding. So my first year in real estate, I was with a boutique brokerage firm, did nothing, learned nothing. It was actually kind of scary. And I told my husband, January 1st, I am just switching brokerages. I don't know anything about this. Scroll it on Facebook, and there was this advertisement, and it was a lunch and learn. I don't even know what it said. And you know what? I was like, Erin Taylor, the real estate guy. Well, this guy's got money. He must sell a lot of houses. I better go listen to him. And so I drove all the way to McDonald Ranch.
You did.
And I met Erin Taylor, and it was a warm and fuzzy feeling. And I have to tell you, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Why I went with you is not, your heart, your passion. Honestly, I knew nothing about real estate. I didn't know your stats or anything. But for me, after your, I could feel your passion, I could tell I could learn something from you, was definitely the exit strategy. Because let's call a spade, I am of a certain age. So starting real estate at 40, I got to know when I'm going to retire, right?
Yeah. You're a rare breed, though, Erin. I will tell you.
You didn't even want to hire me.
It took a while, but you have the gift of gab, no doubt.
Well, true. And you know what I have to say? People love to hate me or hate to love me. You don't know yet. You don't know how great and valuable I am.
Yeah, but we know your intentions. Your intentions is really doing the right thing and helping people.
Of course it is.
You just have a very outgoing personality, and sometimes you can be overbearing. I love it.
100%.
I mean, I could be having a meeting, you could walk in, and all of a sudden you just take over the whole meeting.
I do, because I feel like I have more to say than Erin. I have stuff to add to
Well,
Erin.
you're
Because
smarter
listen,
than me, for sure.
Listen, no. So you might be the queen of like the OG like marketing and stuff, and Erin Taylor fights me, I'm gonna say it, on social media. And so I said, you have to come on. This is like having
I'm not
like...
a big social media fan.
He's not.
I'm getting better.
I just want to show him the benefit of social media and how you can make it great, because I think that you would be like a freaking worldwide celebrity if you put your full self on social media.
Well, because you're telling me to do it, I'm doing it this month.
Exactly. And he is that good. Okay, I went to this horrible conference the other day. I do not like networking with other agents. I don't find value in it. I'm not going to go hang out with agents or anybody that's not directly going to give me a check, because I'm of age and I need an exit strategy. So, but I went because I was invited, and we had a nice lunch, and then there was a speaker, guy from another brokerage. He wasn't selling us on his brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
He was just trying to cheer camp. Love that, right? I was like, okay, I always walk away with some sort of nugget, even though I don't want to be there. And honestly, it was kind of boring, because I feel like I'm smarter than him. But the nugget that I came out with, he goes, why should you listen to me? Let me show you my receipts. And I was like, what does this mean? And he was like, and I tell people all the time, if you want to, and I don't love the word team. Team to me is like a little convoluted. If you want to join our real estate family, mine and Erin's, I like to call it a family because we truly are. This is why. Let's show people our receipts. Now, what that means is, why should you listen to me? And I don't like this when you walk into a room. How many deals have you sold? How much millions have you? Okay, but in certain instances, if you want me to lay my receipts out on the table, we'll go ahead and tell you. So because of Erin Taylor, literally because of Erin Taylor, and because of social media, you have doubled my production every single year. And we've got these beautiful little, I hate awards, but the Icon Award with EXP means something completely different, okay? They're completely different. So in year one, I don't know if you remember how many I did. I mean, literally knew nothing about real estate. I had a mentor from the company. I had to learn every word, everything. So it was 2019. I sold 4 deals. 4. I'm bad.
That ain't bad for knowing nothing.
Because let's be honest, I was tapering myself off out of a huge company that I was still running.
Were you with us yet?
No, year one I was with you. Okay, so year one didn't count.
Oh, okay.
2018 does not count. Year
Right.
one with you, it was only 4.
Okay.
But I was working full time at another place.
Right.
Okay. Year 2, 2020, man, 7 deals.
Whoa.
Because we were allowed to be, we were essential. So then we went 14. Then we went 32 deals. I mean, let's go,
That's
right?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Now
that's
last
great.
year, my numbers were a little bit different. I sold like 22 in Las Vegas, but I sold 8 in different states, okay? So the numbers are still going up. And toss in my daughter's giant wedding. That is no excuse. But I'm gonna lean on it, okay? So let's talk about your receipts. Okay? Year after year, how much, what do you sell?
So we've been, what's crazy is that in Vegas, the entire market, especially title companies, right? They've dropped like 50% or more.
We're busy as hell.
And we're still right at that $100 and something million that we do. And I think it's important to talk about.
I'm sorry, how much?
Like probably 120 million or something.
That is insane. I was like 13 mil, feeling good. He's all 100 million. That's amazing.
And again, it's just to show, to validate what you do as a business owner. We've always, this year we were in the top 3 out of 20,000, which was pretty good, right?
That's
so we're doing
good.
something right. And a lot of it has to do with, like we talked about earlier, having a brand, being consistent with our brand, being persistent in our business strategies, knowing our scripts, knowing our work ethic. And then something that we don't talk about much, which we do sometimes, but never on podcasts, is really getting your personal life in order. Like, you're working out.
Let's talk about the Erin Taylor Foundation.
Yeah.
I had never heard of this before I met Erin Taylor. I sort of got the theory, but it is the secret. It is manifestation. And so the first time I plugged into that book, I listened to the audio. I still haven't watched the movies.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah.
Literally changed my life. And you know what? I'm boring. I'm married. I've got 2 great kids. But he is correct. You need to get if you are good here, then you can go and help other people.
It worked in the room today. If you noticed when we were doing partners, you were sitting there when we were doing partners, right? How Mark and Baylin and me and Malin, how they put that out there. So
well, that's something to say, because you put everybody together to have what is an accountability partner. So that's basically what you and I are too. That's basically what being part of our family is about, is having this accountability with our brokerage and our team and stuff like that.
yeah, two things that are really strong in my life, besides God, of course, right? God, reading my Bible, it's not even the going to church thing, but I like the community and the spirit. So that keeps me grounded. But, thoughts do become things. And you could say it's the Holy Spirit, you could say it's the universe. It depends on which angle you want to go with it. But thoughts do become things, for sure. And then give away money every single day. We give away money every single day.
Give it away to start your day.
Yeah, the universe doesn't know the amount. It's the act of doing it.
Yes.
So it could be $1, it could be $100, it could be. But if you just have that
Taught
act,
my kids that even if it's a compliment, this is what we're talking about.
and don't think people that practice this and do this like myself don't have issues. We go through divorces, we have family trauma, we have drama in our family, in our life,
Health
we have
issues.
all that stuff. But again, another thing I always say is the meaning of anything is the meaning you give it. So I just want to be happy all the time.
I know a lot of people really call us very annoyingly positive. How are you always annoyingly positive? Because I choose to be.
Well, there's a whole bunch of other things we could be doing right now
Yeah.
that aren't as fun.
Right.
And we can go back and forth and name them.
Yeah.
Like jail.
Jail.
Poverty,
Speaking of jail,
no house to live in, no car,
Yes.
homeless. I mean, there's so many other negative ways to look at it.
Well, and that's what I love about us in our company, is that we give back so much to the community that, it's not just about business. It's not just about collecting checks. Like, you are just all about that. And it just fell in line with all my morals and values and what I wanted to do for all of that. Okay, but let's talk about your background. I mean, when we met, okay, you had just joined EXP a little bit before I did. How, a year or two?
Then with
before
EXP, I think 5 years now.
Okay, so you've been a few months before me.
Yeah,
then,
just
'cause
said it was-
I'm March 1st, but let's go back. So you had a huge brokerage firm here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know about
Called
you.
called 048.
048 Realty, we had 116 agents.
That's big.
It's pretty good size, and we had it for, I would say, a dozen years, pretty much almost 12 years.
People ask me all the time, when are you going to be a broker? Like, nobody knows real estate, and they think that's the natural next step, like making partner
The
at a
evolution,
firm.
yeah.
Partner at a firm. And I said, I literally never want to be a broker. All they do is herd cats of agents, answer questions, paperwork, boring office job. So, I mean, that's why I love EXP, because I never have to be a broker. Why did you leave to join EXP?
Well, I wanted, I have my brand, the real estate guy, and EXP allows me to create a company within a company, like a
Yes.
business within a big company.
Yeah.
And when you own your own brokerage, we had to be the broker, we had the liability, we had costs that were essential.
You got to have overhead. You have to have an office space.
And then when we went to EXP, I didn't have to have someone at the front door. I didn't have to a receptionist. I didn't have to pay the E&O insurance. I didn't have to pay all these things that when you own your own brokerage or a broker, a salary. And then I was liable for all my agents. And sometimes when you start having a lot of agents, they make some bad decisions.
They make mistakes.
And it costs you money.
Yeah.
So with EXP, it's not my problem anymore. It's not financially, it's not my problem.
We have a wonderful broker. It is his problem.
Now I have a certain amount of responsibility to all my agents that are in my group to help and take care of.
Like me.
But financially though, it's not my burden.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm perfect.
Yeah, you are perfect. And what I love about EXP is now when I help agents out and we attract agents with our company, I create an income through what we call revenue share, or a downline, by me assisting and helping them, that will be there forever as long as I stay with the company.
So let's rewind. And so when I walked into the room, when I was going to meet you, I knew nothing, and you were giving the presentation. I didn't care. I didn't care about the business model. I didn't care about anything. But what you said that struck my chords at 40 years old, starting from scratch, was stock shares, exit strategy. I even had to ask the lady next to me. I said, "What is an exit strategy?" So this is kind of well known in the real estate world. When does a real estate agent retire is the big joke? When they die.
Never, yeah.
When they die. Okay. So what I loved is that, coming from a family business where I don't have a 401k, where I don't have retirement plans, where I don't have health insurance, I was like, what? We are publicly traded and I can actually make money to take and retire.
Yeah, EXP stock now is about $13 a share. At the peak, it was actually $168 a share.
I had a bunch when
I
it did
know.
the stock split.
Yeah, and they predict that in 2025, if you read all the
It's
experts,
like 10 times.
it's supposed to be over $100. So I buy a lot of stock. That's a lot of my retirement. I've used it before. I was never really into the stock market, but EXP helped me with that. So that's one of my retirement plans. I have my revenue share. I have my stock. And then all the training that even an experienced agent like myself, EXP has 90,000 agents now, fastest growing real estate company in the world in over 30 countries.
20, yeah, oh, is it? I thought it was like 22
Over 30 companies now.
So that's the thing, why I just said I did a lot of local business, but I made a lot of referral business in different states and countries. Well, first of all, I have to tell them that I can do business, and literally you get on so many different ways. Our website, our Facebook groups with EXP. I need an agent in Norfolk, Nebraska. And they'll be like, boom, I'm a buyer's agent, we become best friends, and then the transaction is done through the cloud, through the company, and it's so easy to get paid and track, and we all have the same morals, values, and it's so easy. If you went with the boutique brokerage or something I don't even know if it's that easy to just pop an agent that fast, and we're all just on the same level.
Yeah, what I've noticed when I owned my own company or when I was with other companies before EXP, systems, procedures that worked in your real estate business that made you money, you weren't shared. You kept them to yourself. Because if you share them with everybody, you just have more competition. Well, because EXP and we're all connected, we're all one big family, when I do these icon meetings in the world or we collaborate and get together, we share what works for us. Yes. And it's remarkable. And there's systems in my business right now that are very effective that I've actually received from other top agents in other cities.
Yes, okay, that was this second thing coming from this boutique brokerage where I felt like everybody was out to murder me in the office every day. I gave them my 40 hours, nobody would help me, it was very mean. Is when I met you guys, it was like, let me open the kimono and share all of my secrets with you, community over competition. And I was like, that is what I am here for. And that's why I do all these classes and teach you about social media, because I want you to be good. And see, it's all comes back down to the secret. The more you give away, the more you receive, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But yes, and so everybody wants to help everybody. That's what I love about EXP. It's not like, how many deals did you do? You suck. I hate that.
Well, because of you, I did a radio show for 7 years. I haven't did it in a couple of years. Next month, we start a radio show again.
Because of me.
Because of you.
Wow.
But not the radio show. That's me and Jacob, father and son.
Yeah, I'm not on it.
But because of you, what we're doing is a YouTube channel.
Yes.
We're going to do social media. And then we're going to hire a producer to snip bit. What do you call that? Then you take little pieces of it. And
I like it.
Put it on
Snip
TikTok, Snipbit, and all these places. And that's all because of
Snippity
you. Because you're always in my head saying, Erin, social media, do this, do that. I'm just like,
I like his very annoying little sister all the time. And I was like, you could be this huge presence. You might as well, that's why I tell people it's free. You might as well use it, right? Especially if you're paying to do a radio show. Take the same exact, footage and splice it out.
Well, that was the point of it. If we were going to do a radio show and film it live, I wasn't doing the radio show.
No.
It was just an avenue.
Nobody listens to radio.
Yeah, it was an avenue to use their great studio, to be back on the radio with
Yes.
a bunch of listeners, and then to use that for all these other social media stuff that you use.
Because what's the number one used social media platform?
Facebook.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. I knew that. Social media, Facebook's number 2.
Yes.
Instagram's number 3. I have no
I don't
idea.
know. Today, no, probably not. Okay, but let's talk about this
TikToks.
icon agent, because I do not like awards, but that was the number 3 thing when you were taught when we first met, as you said, because I don't know what you pay a brokerage. I didn't know about caps and cuts and splits and things.
Right.
I'll make it very short. So we pay our brokerage. If you sell enough and you give them the portion, the 80-20, you give them the portions up to $16,000. If you, within the same year, if you sell 20 more houses, you get the $16,000 back in stock.
Yeah, in a nutshell, it's really a no-brainer. If you're an agent that's doing, let's say, 25 transactions a year or more, you should really give Erin a call and let her break it down to you. The prettier Erin, or you can call me too, but if you're doing 25 transactions or more, with your monthly fee, with your E&O insurance, with everything you do, you're only paying like $200 a transaction.
I freaking love math.
Which is nothing.
I will sit here and spreadsheet your entire year with your company and year with my company because I got to make sure it works for you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got to make sure. Are you okay with just paying $40 E&O amount
Maybe
per
you wanna pay
transaction?
more money. Maybe
Or would you like to pay $900?
Maybe they want to
with
pay
you?
more.
Maybe you want to pay more money.
Yeah, maybe they don't want stock incentives.
I like to crunch numbers, but I'm not an overseller either because if you don't like our ideals and we don't want fighters, we want lovers, right?
Yeah.
So we want to help you community over competition. Okay, Laya, thank you for being on my show, but guess what we always end with? And I can't believe you've never heard of this game.
Oh.
You're old. This is like a driving car game.
I'm 60. I'm
60.
No, the driving car game that I'm thinking of something that's red.
Or the alphabet one. You have to find the alphabet
yeah,
streets.
the alphabet one.
We always got it at Zizix coming home.
Oh,
California.
Zizix, that street sign?
Zizix.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
So I'm going to be horrible at this. I already know it, but
Erin
go ahead.
Taylor, no, it's not. This is called Would You Rather. Would you rather? Would you rather travel the world for free for 1 year or get $50,000 to spend however you want?
$50,000 to spend wherever I want.
Okay. What would you spend it on?
Um,
Don't say real estate.
No, I would definitely give part of it away.
Okay.
Because that's what we do. We give part of it away. But it allows me to spend money on things that maybe I want to that I normally would have. It's free money. I'd probably buy me another Harley Davidson.
I think it depends on where you're at in your life.
Yeah.
Because I want to travel. I could spend $50,000 like on 3 Disney trips. So I'd be taking the travel.
One Disney trip. What are you
I'm
talking about?
bougie AF.
Yeah.
AF. Okay, so the next one. Ooh, I like this one.
Okay.
Would you rather have talent like Beyonce or business smarts like Jay-Z?
Business smarts like Jay-Z.
I like it. In all my social media classes, the first thing I ask, do you want to be rich or do you want to be famous?
You can do both.
Okay.
Jay-Z's both.
We have fought on this topic, but you know what? That's where social media, don't love all those likes and comments. That's you just wanting to be famous. Let's be rich.
Yeah.
But I'd like to look like Beyonce.
And there's different types of rich too.
That's true.
But yeah, I like the business smart.
Okay, the last one, and then we're going to close up. Okay. All right. Would you rather? This one's really easy. Have a personal maid or professional chef?
Oh, professional chef. Are you killing me?
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
I can clean my own house, but I don't want to cook.
No.
Does he do the dishes too?
No. Yes. I don't know.
If he does the dishes and he cooks, he's it.
I'm opposite.
For sure.
I love to cook. Please go God clean my entire house. So that's why we work. We're yin and yang. So thank you, Erin Taylor, for
Thank
coming
you for
on
having
here.
me.
Have a successful year.
Thank you.
Of course we will. Mwah.